Hey y'all, we are back. We are back for a short period of time. I have so much to say, but I'm a little in shock right now. We're going to talk about this. There's so much happening, and I am so disgusted by the internet. I cannot even, I don't even know if I have the right words yet to process all of what I'm thinking or what I have been watching. But we're going to get into it and discuss because people need to understand what is happening here, and it's happening over and over again. This is Summer Wells 2.0 on steroids. Same characters, same players, same misinformation, same attempts at slander, same defamation. It's not about Sebastian anymore at all, and it never was for most of them. Okay, I'm going to play the intro and then we're going to get going. All right, y'all. I don't know where to start for this one. In my head earlier, I knew what I was going to say, where I was going to go with this. But now I have just watched this Summer Wells community, this offshoot of Summer Wells community, Spanky. I don't even know who this Trev Time is, but I guess he's one of them. Smiley, ICU, Voices Behind the Wall, BHB, JLR, Ziggy. There's so many of the scumbags of the scum that were in this live stream. I'm struggling to process how this is helping find Sebastian. I am really struggling to understand. Yeah, Queen of Kings. I've heard good things about him from some streamers that I watch, and let me be clear, like, I'm not discounting her story. I'm not discrediting her experience. But what the fuck is the purpose of this? Even if she had a terrible, so for those of you guys that don't know what's going on, Trev Time has found an ex-wife of Chris Proudfoot, who is the stepfather of Sebastian Rogers, who law enforcement have said in press conferences that Chris wasn't even in the vicinity when Sebastian went missing. But because the internet didn't like Chris's answers, they have deemed him to have harmed and made Sebastian disappear. They brought on his ex-wife, who has a child with him, to speak her truth. I'm not taking away from her story. Most of us have had bad experiences with past marriages. That is pretty common. I refer back to, this isn't about Sebastian. What she's talking about is complete character assassination of Chris, which, again, you're entitled to have your feelings, but Chris has not been arrested. Law enforcement has not said anything publicly to incite the fact that there would be anything other than him not being in the area. And the Summer Wells 2.0 community has done it again. I am so utterly appalled right now because they don't care about Nina's experience. They don't care about Nina's pain. They are using her to try and push a narrative about a person that they don't like. They have deemed that he is guilty, no matter what the case may be. Let me read you a few of the comments that I just screenshotted from that live. Trigger warning. This is too much. The Queen of Kings, this is so over the top. I honestly, yeah, nobody's cleared right now. Nobody's cleared. They've had an active custody case for 7 years. There's no DV in the record. Like, I'm just, my brain is, ICU is, actually, hold on. ICU, who is one of the bitches that helped dox me, the fucking C word herself. I can't stand that fucking flaming bitch. Sorry, I am not going to say what, I'm not going to sugarcoat shit tonight. These people are absolutely fucking disturbing, disgusting, and the lowest scum of scum. So they condemned Dawn Wells and Candace for living in squalor in a trailer, according to them. They horrified, they were guilty of doing something to Summer because of the way they live. Nina's talking about how her parents lived in a trailer and Chris had a problem with it. And everybody in the comments that was condemning the Wells are all, it's okay to live in a trailer. It's okay to not have this. It's okay. The fucking back and forth here. ICU is BHB, Spanky, Trev Time, Smiley World. She's the one that helped Spanky track down Jose in the Summer Wells case. She's who runs all the background checks. She supposedly had something to do with some sort of profession that she could get backgrounds. She runs backgrounds on every single one of anybody that is counterproductive to what their mission is. I guarantee she had a hand in tracking this lady down. And I guarantee they're trying to track down the other 4 ex-wives. I feel for all of the parents, including Seth, but he is going to be in a whirlwind in no time. Like, I'm struggling to even, they're sitting in the comment section fucking going, no, you're good, little Irish girl. Electra, I can see you too. Sorry, guys. I'm so over, like, I can't even think. But about the reward fund, ICU is saying checks must be mailed or dropped off. Reward for Sebastian Rogers, James, Brian Lewis, something. I'll show you what I screenshot so you can see it. So she's saying that they must be dropped off to whatever this place in Nashville is. Donations will be held in an escrow account. Fucking horrible. Okay, let me just continue to tell you a little bit more. Spanky, who is justice for no one, Justin for all, says it was only a matter of time before he snapped, in his opinion. Y'all, I'm going to ask a community favor here. For those of you that watch this stuff or have been following this and are watching all of this, please start screenshotting and recording the videos or downloading them. We need to be proactive for the family. It's about time somebody sues these mother effers and all the way around. This is not productive to helping Sebastian one bit. And I don't know who's guilty, what happened to Sebastian, anything like that. And that is not my place to be. But we need to do something for the family, because whether or not one of them was involved doesn't mean the other ones were. And we need to be proactive in shutting this down and helping these families shut the shit down. It's about time somebody did something. And there are flat out accusations. There are The stuff that I'm seeing is absolutely the worst of the worst. I've never seen. Anyways, please start screenshotting. Please start collecting stuff, because I have a feeling, and I really hope that Sebastian is found safe and unharmed. Whether it's this family or another one, somebody needs to sue these people. This has to be stopped. This has to be stopped. Then there's another one that says, I can't even read these. Chris Proudfoot needs to be in jail. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to take me a flight. But there's no threats. There's no threats to the family, right? How is this fucking helping Sebastian? Then they're promoting after Trez Times premiere, then Josh with the lab will be live. And then after Josh with the lab, then Spanky will be live exploiting this over and over and over again. Katie, where was your tears like this for Sebastian? So because Nina is crying and they find that to be truthful tears, Katie isn't reacting the way that the internet said. His whole family is a bunch of monsters. They're going after the entire family, not just Chris. Chris is one sick monster. Chris's family be involved with Sebastian's disappearance. Just so you know what I'm saying or watching. Chris and Katie seem to be doing the same thing to Seth, torture. They're getting a high off of this. People like Chris prey on vulnerable people that are alone, so they're easier to abuse. He needs everyone to know he's the cheese. That's from Bullhorn Betty. Of course, that dumb fucking bitch. She's in there. I believe her. Shut up, Betty. Just shut the fuck up. I don't know what to do, Twinkles. Like, I am seriously... I'm numb right now. Honestly, like I sat out there with Kyle and I was watching this and I said, why the fuck is this? This hits me in a different way. To watch this play out in real time. This is from Trev Time. From Josh at the lab. If you think someone pulling a bat on a woman and children and threatening them has nothing to do with Sebastian going missing, I'd hate to have you give me advice. Exactly, Granny. Cuss away, Queen of Kings. Cuss away. In my chat, we don't know. That's just colorful language. Somebody says, we will see to it that nobody can help or save him. Talking about Chris. To give a newborn baby to a monster because he filed a protective order on false pretenses, our law enforcement and ordinances are messed up, blindsided her deliberately. Is this to paint, and this was the only one that was asked in some way, is this to paint a picture of who Chris allegedly is? I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not. I just think Sebastian was scared of Chris and probably punished him and he left. One rational thought, potentially. I pray Seth don't get a hold of Chris. They're amping Seth up to do something and to put it in Seth's head. Seth, thank God, has law enforcement to talk to, because this is so out of my heart breaks for all of these parents right now. Oh, my heart is breaking. Chris learned this behavior. Mommy enables Chrissy to be a monster. She feeds the beast. He's a brainwasher. Chris Proudfoot needs to run into a woman like me. That's what he needs to do. Chris the dwarf with the tiny weenie, your time is coming. I wonder what he did to Sebastian if he did this to his own blood. It was truly only a matter of time. Chaos Foot should be their name. Proudfoot needs to change that name. I could go on and on. Like, there's so much. It is, again, Sebastian is missing. He's a 15-year-old boy who deserves to be brought home. This is not helping anything. She has the right to tell her truth. I stand with victims always. But this right here has taken a whole other turn. Yes, again, this is the light of the day. Shopaholic, I'm so happy for you. Y'all, please give Shopaholic some extra love today. This is one good thing going on, but I can't understand this. These people are fucking beyond sick. This is so sick. This is, and then you have the United States Cajun Navy calling off their search because they're getting death threats. And then I see another post from them that claims that they're going to expose all these people that have been sending death threats. I don't know what the hell is going on. And all I keep thinking is, Sebastian is being lost in all of this. All of this. Sorry, you guys, I'm struggling with this, and I can't rationalize why exactly. I keep telling Kyle over and over again, I was like, the audacity that these people have to continue to inject themselves into these cases like they are law enforcement or above law enforcement in some way. They have forgotten about Sebastian. And it's the same players. It's all of the same scumbags from the Summer Wells community, plus a few more. We have a spirit box session going on right now, which is a crock of shit by that other Trev guy. He's a fucking joke and a half. We've got people out there searching and streaming it, CJ. We've got this fucking clown bringing on the ex-wife who, again, has a story to tell, time and place. Odd to me. The fact that they're in an active custody case, the fact that there's no record of DD, like there's no, Mobs, you're good. Speak away. All of you guys, even if you're blue in here, you know that you speak away. I don't care. United Cajun Navy was getting death threats, which we know that was Dolly and JLR, in my opinion's intent to try and shut them down. Like, all of this is just, I have no idea what to even say right now. I cannot believe the TBI is sitting by and allowing this, the local law enforcement. These people are going to be harmed. There is straight up death threats being made in that chat. Again, the ex-wife she is entitled to tell her story. But how is that helping Sebastian? You want to think Chris is a piece of shit? Okay, think that. That doesn't help find Sebastian. I'm sorry, again, I'm going to apologize a lot because I am absolutely beyond just fucked up right now with this. Okay, we're going to watch this a little bit. Shop 100%. 100%. And I try not to mix the victim in with talking shit about the people who are exploiting these. So please understand. Oh, Jenna Rue, 100% agree. He is one of the worst. And if anybody doesn't hear me, if you support that motherfucker, stay out of my chat. Stay out of my chat. We have watched Justin Farrell exploit a suicide of a Marine veteran. We've watched him exploit Summer Wells, get Jose wrapped into a bunch of shit. We've saw him dox an SA victim down to her social security number. We've watched him try to be smooth about finding unblurred spots of Kylie Rodney being pulled from the water. We have seen him do the most disgusting, egregious shit, and people still give him a pass. Fuck out of here with that. That guy is slimy, 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 and he gives me horrible vibes. He definitely has a fetish for this shit. He definitely 100% absolutely has a fetish for this. He gets giddy about it. He gets all dolled up and giddy about these missing children's cases. It's, oh, Makeup Monster, he is deeper in than ever. Now they've switched up team members. Now Molly's trying to get content off BHB. Last week she was saying that BHB and her were going to go protest in Arizona. This week she's got to stick up for JLR, so she's calling BHB out, and all of it stems from the fact that BHB is now friends with Voices Behind the Wall, Cher, the fucking train wreck dumb bitch that's involved in this shit too, who's now friends with Spanky again too. Like, this is just fuck. Yeah, she's trying really hard to get back in that. Yeah. All right, y'all. This is Slimy. That's all we're going to call her. This is Slimy. This is all under fair use. This is based on my opinion and my opinion only on the bullshit she continues to put out here. We're going to watch a little bit of this. By the way, Smiley, just a tip. I mean, Smiley, your eyebrows are supposed to be thicker on the front and thinner on the back. Can you please fix them? Because if I'm going to have to look at your fucking mug, please at least do them the right direction. Okay. Anyways, carrying on. I can't stand these people. I am so disgusted. I can't even find the words. This is from today. She did this, knowing what Trev Time was about to release. They've spent all morning amping this up. This is Smiley Stories World. She's a part of Justin, ICU, all of those fucking bullshit people. Oh, yeah, Voices Behind the Wall and Betty are okay now. And yeah, Spanky's in there too. That's why Molly's calling them out and throwing a fit about, she doesn't stand for that shit and how dare could BHB. Molly's just trying to seek relevancy again and playing her little baby fits. Nobody likes BHB. They're all stupid pieces of shit, in my opinion, but what do you know? So here we go.
And it may be a bit before we get there.
I'm going to speed her up. We're probably going to skip through a little bit of this, but this is foul.
But I have one question that I want to ask Seth. I think Seth knows a little bit more than he's saying. That's just my opinion. But he kept asking Dolly.
Oh, that's a good question. Is she taking eyebrow lessons from the Smiley behind her with the glasses on? She kind of looks like that one.
You're not asking the right questions. Well, Smiley has one question. I have one question for Seth Rogers, the bio dad. And it's very interesting, and I don't think nobody has asked this. They may have. Hey, Crimes, you ready for it? All right, well, we're fixing to get to it right now. If he's listening, he can pop it in here. Let me get down here and make sure I'm at the end. So, hold on a minute. Let me see. Okay, so in Dolly's chat, or in Dolly's live, he talked about some things. Let me get to the end. Okay, so this is Seth Rogers. I have one question. If you're in here, if not, if you see this, can you please answer it? If not, could you answer it on Josh, Trev Time, anybody's? I don't care. I would like this answer, and I could be wrong, but I just want to know if it's okay with you. And if
I didn't know who she was until recently either, and she is scum.
If is something that won't hinder the investigation, but you told Dolly he wasn't asking the right questions, okay? And you kept having, like, you had these little things, okay? I want to know, because if y'all don't know, and we'll go over this in a minute, him and Katie met with TBI yesterday, and Seth has always had hope, but he has a little more hope. I think he feels a little bit better, but he wouldn't really give out any information. It's just that Dolly wasn't asking the right questions. Now, the last, for y'all that don't know, the video, he asked to see videos. He wants proof of life of his son and all that. Okay.
If you don't know what she's talking about, there was an interview that Chris did with actual media, and then he went on Dolly's and did a short segment with Dolly. So
the last video that they showed him was at the restaurant. It wasn't hearsay from a neighbor. It wasn't this one was coming home in this vehicle. None of that. It was at the restaurant. Sebastian was live and well. Please have that, okay? Seth Rogers, if you're in here and you can just say it or whatever, my question to you would be, since you saw that video, and that was on Sunday when they had dinner, could you please tell me or anybody else, what was your son, Sebastian, wearing that day? That's what I would like to know. What did he have on and what was he wearing that day? Thank you, sir. That's all. Okay. I hope everybody's days is good too. Let me get back down here.
Just wait. She gets real arrogant in this.
I don't know yet. Hold on a minute. Justin, if you're still in here, do you know what time Trev is going live tonight? Because we don't want to miss that. None of us want to miss that. I'm telling you, none of us want to miss that.
This was all planned out.
Thank you, Dippy Bird. Yeah, he's been picked apart. I stand behind Seth 1,000%. Stand behind that man 1,000%. Smiley pressing buttons. I don't know if you want to know if Chris was in that photo. Oh, you mean eating out? I don't know. So,
These people.
I don't know. I don't know, Pam, if they talk. I'm trying to catch up with y'all stuff here. I don't know why my stuff is not strolling. I probably need to clean out my catch or cookies or something, but I don't want to do all that now. Just bear with me a minute. Hey, Jeannie from the block and everybody coming in. Everybody.
Her chat is basically all the old Molly and Jail or Spanky's crew. Same fucking clowns.
Because I got a lot I want to talk about today. He may have had a hard time with what to ask because I don't know if he was expecting that or not. And Seth had a lot of good things to, say. Seth don't have any bad things to say about anybody. Let's see. I'm trying to get down here. Lord have mercy. I don't know what's going on, y'all. Why is it doing that?
This lady goes by the name of Smiley Stories World. We call her Slimy because she's like the Temu version of Molly Golightly, who Spanky is hooked up with. She's part of the Summer Wells grift. She's in that whole group, and she is something else.
Start moving, people. My stream needs to start moving. Okay, so there we go. Okay, thank you. I'm glad I'm live too because I was trying to catch up with everything. There we go. We're moving now. Okay. Hey, Nico. Hello, Nico. All right. So that's what I want to know from Seth, because the last video that TBI showed him where there was proof of life that TBI has is at the restaurant, not hearsay from the neighbor that they saw this, that the camera said that. So I'm just going to go with the restaurant. And what I would like to know is, Seth, if he can tell us, what did Sebastian have on that day? And that's what I want to know. What did you see with your own eyes, what Sebastian had on that day?
Law enforcement has issued an Amber Alert and put this description of what he was wearing and what people should be looking for in the Amber Alert. Fuck out of here.
Okay. Now, thank you, November Rain, for becoming a new member. Thank you so much. Hello, Guidance. Hello. Welcome, November Rain. I appreciate you so much. So it seems that Seth and Katie both, as we know, they met with TBI yesterday. And my understanding is Chris was not there. I bet he was having a cow. No pun intended.
And they met with the bio parents and
there was not much he said he could share, but he did go on Dolly's and was getting some answers, and we'll do that. Yeah. He did, Miss Curvy. He was smirking. Yep. And so as the search goes on,
no, total.
So
good call, mobs. That's it's totally different November Rain.
As the search goes on and continues, I think it wasn't going on today because it was Good Friday and some other things. I'm not really sure. Hey, Dynamite. Hello. Welcome. But the news lady, Caitlin Miller from Fox 17, the reporter, asked Seth, and we'll go over that as well, his father, if he learned anything new from the TBI. And he said not.
Hold on just a second. I see everything. If you're asking me where his picture is, I don't mix the drama and calling these pieces of shit out who are exploiting this child's tragedy in with details of the child. I try to keep them separate. I find it to be disgusting. So if you're asking me, I will not do that. I will not mix it in. Not at all.
that he can discuss, Seth also said he still has hope, and he still has hope that his son is alive. So look, everybody, we all need to keep that hope. We do. We all need to keep that hope. There is a chance he's out there somewhere. And my thought was, hey, Miss Grace, there is a chance that, as much as I personally believe he was taken out of that garage, or maybe not even brought home now, possibly, that there is a chance if he was in the house and they boxed themselves in the house, it's just as much a chance that they took him out asleep, or maybe over drugged or something. I don't know. I don't want to say, but.
All right. She doesn't want to say, but she just said it. You hear what she's saying? Oh, no, I see everything. There's a small flyer behind her head on the wall back there. She's also got flyers that she printed out that have a bunch of spelling errors and misinformation on that. Thank you. Is it Menville Gal? Thank you so much. Thank you all for, yeah, just wait. And by the way, she also is going to attempt to dox some of their parents too and give a location.
It's just as much he could have went out either way from that garage, period. Either way. That's the way I look at it. That's just me. Let's see. No wonder they did meet with Seth separate to Katie and did tell Seth more that Katie was over the CPS. If so, why Chris couldn't be there. Yeah, and let me tell you something. Mr. Chris may think he can, and he may be perfectly innocent, but
he may be perfectly innocent, but they're going to do everything to paint him in the direction that he had something to do with it. She knew what was coming up on Trev Times. She was promoting it. They were all excited about it. She's giddy about it. And all that's happening on Trev Times currently is they brought the ex-wife on to character assassinate him, which her story is her truth. That's between her and him. Doesn't mean he made this kid disappear. Doesn't mean he emmed the kid. Nothing. Again, law enforcement has said he wasn't even in the vicinity.
Chris may think he can override and overpull and overdo this and that with everybody else. But let me tell you something.
Was that justice accounting by, I called you your old name. Thank you so much. Says it's time to call our politicians, write our politicians, visit our politicians, time to get the laws changed. Something has got to happen. This is absolutely horrifying to watch in real time.
The police want you. I don't care if it's the TBI, FBI, local, whoever.
And thank you so much for that.
If they want you, you ain't gonna tell them you're gonna go sit with nobody. I could want to go sit with my friend or whoever too, but it just ain't gonna happen, honey. If they're gonna talk to you or interrogate you or bad cop, good cop you, they're gonna do it in different rooms. So Mr. Chris don't have no say so over that. He just don't, and neither does Miss Leave It to Beaver, ma'am. She don't either. That's just my opinion. But what do I know? I don't know nothing.
No shit.
So there. Anyway, but I heard that Sebastian did have pockets of fluid on his brain allegedly, and I also heard that that's one reason that they didn't want him playing ball and stuff like that, because if he had a hard hit to his head, that it could really hurt him or kill him. So I'm wondering now why Katie didn't get her butt up, regardless of if she did anything or not, and go check on her son. And I said that from the very beginning. Leave it to Beaver. That's right. She need to drop the leave it to. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
She's talking about Sebastian's mom and mocking her because she hasn't responded how they deem necessary.
Honey, please. Anyway.
It's very possible he did have hydrocephalus at one point in time. He's got some rare genetic issues and chromosome deletions and some other diagnoses. So I don't know if Chris, I haven't watched the Dolly interview. I can't fucking stand him. What he's been doing in this case is absolutely beyond disgusting. But she could have heard that from one of the parents on one of the interviews. I don't know.
I bet she's more like a poltergeist, the exorcist, instead of, I bet her head spins all the way around instead of, yes, ma'am, no, sir, yes, ma'am. I'm just saying. That's what I heard anyway. Yeah.
And if she would have responded to him and said, yes, bitch, what the fuck do you want? Or that's none of your business. Can you imagine what they would be saying then?
Either way it goes, Dave and Gigi, either way it goes, and good to see you, by the way. It's the same thing. Either way it goes, both of them, abuse, period. That's abuse. in my opinion. And according to the law, you can do the research yourself. Anytime, like I said the other day, here in Florida, excuse me, you can whip with a belt and you
That explains it fucking all. Sorry to my Florida peeps, but what the fuck?
can whip with a hand and you can do basically corporal punishment. Not to say that it's right, but you can do it as long as you don't do it with malicious intent. That's the law. However, look it up and do your own research. You cannot whip a child with a disability like that with a belt, because it is against the law and it will put your ass in jail.
And CPS was contacted supposedly, and nothing ever happened. He wasn't removed from the house. He wasn't placed with his bio dad. The bio dad wasn't even contacted. Like, these are facts that matter, because if he was abusing him and CPS was involved, an active investigation and case would have opened up, and therefore he could have potentially been removed, but it never happened. He was never removed out of the care and custody of their home, ever. Yes, he admitted to popping him on the butt with a belt on clothed butt. Do I agree with it? No. Do we all make mistakes? Absolutely. I would never do that. However, doesn't mean he harmed Sebastian. This is about finding Sebastian. Nope. For these people, it's about villainizing one of the parents, blaming them, condemning them. Somebody asked me yesterday, aren't you going to feel stupid standing up for the parents? Hell no, I won't, because they are innocent until proven guilty. And this is about finding Sebastian. I am not here in the business to degrade the parents. They're not out here defrauding the internet like we dealt with last year and exploiting their own.
Let alone, it's wrong, period. Now, y'all can say what you want to say, but there was abuse. And like I said, drop a bomb on me, drop a bomb on me.
Look at her. Look at how giddy she is about this. Look at how giddy she is about knowing that they were bringing the ex-wife on to degrade and make the internet believe that because of the ex-wife's story, he has something to do with this.
Y'all can say what you want to say, but Mr. Chris is no angel. He's no angel. And I think his lights are fixing to be put out.
Oh, see? And these people are angels. These people are angels. If they ever had a kid go missing and somebody was to go through their past, I bet it's squeaky fucking clean, right?
Sometimes you got to laugh. For those that are standing with Chris, I think his lights are fixing to be put out.
Those of us that are standing with Chris, those of us that stand on the side of protect victims at all costs, meaning their families too, until there's otherwise information that proves one way or another. Yeah, okay. You're fixing to put his lights out. That family needs to start filing some fucking restraining orders, in my opinion.
Whether he was there and he did anything to Sebastian or not. That's all I'm going to say.
Listen to this.
Molly knows everything for her to not know nothing, honey.
Listen to this. They knew exactly what they were doing.
I know. That's all I'm saying. But Katie said she heard this thud. That's not what she told me in my interview a few nights before that. She said, I heard something in his room and I just said, hey, I don't care what you're doing, go to bed. But now all of a sudden, I heard a thud. She might have been, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. She straight out lied to Nancy Grace. Straight out lied. They've come up with something different on every single interview. Every interview. The truth is the truth is the truth. You don't have to add to it. You don't have to take away. You may forget something and say, oh, call up and say, I did forget when this is so-and-so and so-and-so, so I need to let you know this.
Look at all these professionals. They're better than law enforcement. They've got this figured out before law enforcement even does. They know everything about this family, right? They know it all.
But you don't just keep adding and adding and adding. You just don't.
Well, tell your friend Spanky that, because he sure is a hell of a terrible liar and has done it every case we've watched him cover, and seems like you're doing the same fucking thing. And by the way, her and ICU are like twins, both ugly bitches.
To me, that's just wild. Y'all say what you want.
Normally, I don't go for looks, but I'm so sick and tired of seeing these people and seeing ICU and all the destruction and the chaos she causes for these families, it is vile. She is just as bad as those creators who go live every day to exploit these tragedies. She is just as bad, and she is all up in the mix, running all the backgrounds, doing all the dirty work.
They also said that the police checked her car. That was possible. But again, they told me no luminol or anything was used on the house, on the car. Nancy Grace's interview, they said all kinds of stuff was used, but they didn't say luminol, but there was some, whatever they said was used. But as far as the car, just because they checked it, they may have been checking for GPS. They may be holding it close to the vest, or they may not have checked the GPS, in fact. But what got me most of all, excuse me, what got me most of all is when Nancy, that's why she did ask that question, was about the GPS on Chris's truck. She said, "What year is your truck?" "I don't know."
Listen to this.
Ding, 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 ding. Let me tell you something.
Listen to this bullshit right here. Listen to this. Now, all my guys in the audience, pay attention, because if you don't know everything about your vehicle, you're guilty of something.
Let me tell you something. A man, generally, a real man, the one Chris Proudfoot wants to portray he is going to know everything about his truck, especially what year. However, a man from Tennessee, a man from Alabama, and a man from Georgia is definitely going to know everything about his truck. And I don't care if it's a 62, a 65, a 2005, a 2021. They're going to know about their truck, honey. They're going to know everything about their truck. That's theirs. Oh, why do they call him Scooby-Doo? Scooby, Scooby-Doo. Where are you? I see you. Are you playing? You know why they call him Scooby-Doo.
See, she just talked to ICU, so confirms the fact that ICU is in there asking specific questions to create this, and they think this is just fun and games at this point in time. Sebastian Rogers is still missing.
JLR told you why they call him Scooby-Doo.
JLR told you why they call him Scooby-Doo. Anything JLR says is not truthful or factual 9 times out of 10. Very likely it's bullshit.
Well, the story goes he was in Alabama doing a job, and I found out since then there was a construction job there. In fact, we have somebody right in here. I don't want to call them out. They don't have to say a word, but their sons happened to work on that construction site. Let's not say who it is. Let's don't.
Oh, they went and found somebody else that happened to work on a construction site with him. Imagine that. Listen to all these. Granted, there's no proof. There's no verification. They don't want it said in the chat. She's even going to say, keep that close to the vest like there's some sort of law enforcement in here. This is fucking insane. I'm actually going to slow this down so you can hear it in real time or real speed.
We don't need to let nobody know. Please, let's keep that under the vest. And that's a true story. And this person, Chris, he went into Texas Roadhouse there. He must love Texas Roadhouse. And so he didn't drink or anything. He always went to the bar. Maybe he had to stay sober to keep that story straight. Can y'all imagine all these lies he tells? What if he did drink? I'm sure he couldn't keep his story straight to save his life. Anyway.
I give up.
So he had tea. They said he had to have his steak rare, sometimes so rare that, it had to be cold. That's just gross. That is really gross. But whatever. Some people, whatever. It makes me think of a kind of person, but whatever. Whatever. I mean, so cold. Just go get it out of the freezer, thaw it out, and eat it, dude. Why you got to go pay so much money? I'm just saying. JLR thought it was fake at first, but then it got on and it got into his personal business, and he told us what. But the bottom line is Scooby-Doo would never give his name. You know how when they take your order and they say, can can I get your name or your last name? He would never give it. But he would also go to the bar and sit down and drink the tea. Oh, by the way, they got raspberry tea that's great. Wonder if he ever tried that. Just saying, try it next time. Anyway.
So we're just supposed to take this as all credible information because these fucking fools say so. They have no integrity, no morals, no credibility whatsoever, but we're supposed to believe this shit, right? Okay.
So he would go up there and drink the tea. But then,
y'all, I see you guys talking about what can we do in the comment section. How can we get this to stop? I wish I had answers. I don't know. I think writing, this is happening again in Tennessee. This is the exact same place that happened with Summers and still continues with Summers. I don't know, but I think it's time that law enforcement in Tennessee steps in and says something, does something. I don't know. That is the link I just dropped to is the deep dive Deets on the Streets did on JLR. If you don't know much about him, please go watch that because it's incredible. And it shows you what a clown he is.
Then he would say his name was, just say Mickey, I don't know, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck. He should have used Goofy a lot. Anyway, he used to like to use all these character names. He would not give his name. Wonder why? He's a playboy. Lord Jesus.
Listen to what they're doing. This is the stepdad of Sebastian, who was not home. He was out of town at work when Sebastian went missing. According to everything we factually know, he was not in the vicinity. He was 3 hours away on a job site. And these motherfuckers, because they don't like the answers that they have been getting from him, have deemed that he is guilty, and they are going to do anything and everything to continue that narrative because that's what they feel is the right thing and is helping bring Sebastian home.
Jesus, wonder if he's playboy in the Wells case. Hey, anybody know this Chris Proudfoot? Is he the playboy we're looking for? And can anybody answer that?
Now she's mixing Summer and Sebastian and semi-implying that Chris might be the playboy that had something to do with Summer. Do you see where I'm going here and how fucked up this is getting? They're making death threats in a chat to the family, the bio mom and the stepdad, because they brought his ex-wife on to tell her story. Now, I'm not going to diminish her story. It is her story with him. They're in a custody battle that they've been in for 7 years over one child that they share in common. And just because you might be abusive doesn't mean that you're capable of M either. Sorry, I hate to say that because I don't stand for abusers, but we don't have any information or factual information to even make those jumps at this point in time.
Anybody? Hello? Is that Playboy? Just wondering.
Look at this.
Anyway, now Chris has got other problems. So, I'm just wondering. He got up there at the bar, and the story goes he was flirting with this waitress. She had no idea. He kept trying to get her to go out with him. But according to her, she didn't. Thank God, huh?
So now they're implying that he's been cheating on Katie.
Thank God. Well, all that's coming out now. He thinks he's a player.
Listen to her.
He thinks he's a player. No wonder he's been married 5 times.
And just because he's a fucking dick and you might not like him doesn't mean he did something to harm Sebastian.
A little advice here, son. Next time you get divorced, why don't you just stay that player if you're not in cuffs? And why don't you just live the free life? I don't know. Yeah, like Scott Peterson, I have this feeling this mistress is going to appear and she's going to, JLR is trying to talk to her now. Hopefully she'll go on there.
Shocker, JLR is trying to find a mistress to come on screen. Imagine that. It'll be some blurred out screen that we don't know, that there's no, oh, fuck.
I hope and I don't think she's going to be the first one or the only one. So listen to me. I beg of y'all, if there's any, because this could have to do, and if y'all, before all of y'all crazies out there, the ones that singing Smiley, what does this got to do with about everything? It has everything. Just like Amber Fry did, honey.
Fuck you, slimy bitch. That's what I've got for you. You are a piece of ever-loving garbage, because this has nothing to do with Sebastian. This is about clicks and views and exploiting a child that is missing for you. You fucking slimy ass bitch. You guys did it to Summer. Now you're doing it to Sebastian. You piece of shit, but he's 15 and can access the internet. Can you imagine? I hope to God he is found alive and safe. I really do. But can you imagine what he's going to see that these people have done to his family? It's never been about Sebastian for these people. It's about fucking clicks and views and exploiting victims and their tragedies. That's all they do. P.S. If you can't handle cussing or colorful language, I'm not the stream for you. Please understand that. I cuss like a truck driver, and I'm not apologizing for it anymore.
If there's anybody out there that has cheated with him or is cheating with him or has cheated with him.
And a rare steak like that is actually called black and blue. That's a technical term for people to order it like that from somebody who had a family that had 2 restaurants. Doesn't mean he's a murderer. You're exactly right. Accounting by Day, thank you so much once again. Thank you.
Please come forward.
Please
don't tell me.
Fuck.
Tell the law, honey.
That's the only place. If the ex-wife has grievances, she should have went to law enforcement. If there's a mistress and she has something to say, go to law enforcement. If this was about bringing Sebastian home, they would be going to the investigative authorities and doing what they should be doing. This is not about Sebastian. This is about a fucking show for them.
She since saw Chris, and since Sebastian has been missing, and she asked him, she texted him and asked him why he didn't tell about he had a family, because he never talked about Katie and he never talked about Sebastian. And he said, oh, because we were separated.
If you were watching me last night, if you were watching with me last night when we went over some of her interview where she was going through and degrading the parents right to their faces by pinning terrible comments, you heard her flat out ask them about Sebastian's likes and dislikes. And both Katie and Chris had such an endearing conversation about his favorites and foods he liked that didn't seem fake or pushed or anything from either one of them. And here they are trying to create a whole narrative that he has a mistress and he's doing this and he's doing that. Again, he can be a shitty husband. He could have affairs. He could do all these things. Doesn't mean he harmed Sebastian. Not even remotely the jump we can take.
Oldest thing in the freaking book. However, it made me think something's been out there about there's been this ultimatum. There's been an ultimatum that if Katie should ever have to choose, it was actually said to choose her son that Chris told her, which I guess he was trying to play a little reverse psychology on her.
Again, we have no credible information that anything she is saying is actually factual. They could have made this up. There could be some random troll trolling them and pushing off information saying that they had a conversation. We have no factual basis for any of this.
And I feel like now she's a Susan Smith, in my opinion only, and probably chose this man, Chris Proudfoot. That's just me. And if you want to know my real truth, what I think.
No, we don't.
I think when I ask about CPS, And he elaborated it to me. I think, because I told him, if you'll go back and listen, I said, you don't have to elaborate, just have CPS been involved. Well, I'll just tell you. Well, honey, just tell me, how did that work out for you?
They continue to try and spin that. They asked if they had an active investigation. He said yes. When Sebastian went missing, it was reported. Law enforcement had to open or report it to CPS. A case was opened. They asked about active investigations. They have tried to twist and spin this. Yes, we know that they had CPS interaction numerous times before. A case obviously was closed. The child was never taken. Nothing ever came of it. More than that, we don't know. Okay, but they're trying to make a whole spin out of this.
How did that work out for you? And your court case with your daughter the next day. How did that work out for you, honey? Anyway, I just feel like thinking back. Now, he said he hadn't been home since February. The early February, I feel like when all that had happened, that maybe CPS had made him leave the house. That happens sometimes.
Now it's CPS made him leave the home, right? This whole new narrative that she's cooking up, no factual basis behind any of it.
So maybe he was asked to leave and stay elsewhere until the case was resolved. Just saying. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. But Chris lied on Nancy Grace about several things. Chris said they told him there was no foul play. But that foul play was not ruled out. It was not ruled out at all. In fact, foul play was actually brought up on other news stations and stuff. Now, the police can lie to you. And they want to see you. They want to see how your reactions are. But, hey.
No shit, Sherlock. And it's been a month that he's been missing, and not one of the parents is in custody.
Foul play has to be on the table. All things are on the table. It's been in the news. But it don't make it a fact that they did or did not do anything. And that's it. That's any of them. Although, again, I stand behind Seth 100%, 1,000%. Matter of fact. But they might have told them they're not suspects, so
they are really trying, in my opinion, to put the family members at each other, because they have not been able to get Chris and Katie or Seth to disparage each other. They are really trying to do that. They are 100%, in my opinion, attempting to divide and conquer. They're trying to find every little crack in that relationship and exploit it for all it's worth to get them to turn on each other to have a bigger show.
Still keep an eye on them. But they're not suspects. But I don't believe they're not suspects until LE comes out and completely clears them in the public. Y'all believe what you want to believe. You think what you want to think.
We will, bitch.
I'm telling you the truth. Law enforcement is not cleared anybody. And even Seth knows that.
No shit, Sherlock. No fucking shit. It's an active case. He hasn't been found. This was about Sebastian, right? That's what you've got hashtagged. That's what's on your wall, right, bitch? You slimy fucking bitch.
Knows that. Listen, until they come out publicly and say, he could be Green Eyes. He absolutely could be.
God, I can't stand people.
Yeah, probably. Maybe whatever happened Saturday did trigger Sunday. It's possible. It's very possible. But in fact, I called a real high-standing attorney that I know personally.
Oh, of course she did. Of course she has a contact with a real high-standing attorney that she called to talk about this case from YouTube about. Okay, sure, bitch. Fucking Molly Golightly Jr.
And they told me exactly that.
Fuck.
They said they can and will tell you anything. They're allowed to do that. And until they officially, see how I would say it, officially come out and publicly clear you, you are not cleared. In fact,
that's fucking common sense, you dumb bitch. You've probably watched enough Law and Order to understand that the police can lie to you. That's interrogations. If you watched any fucking interrogation,
they told me, this is what they told me. They said the person who was last with Sebastian, or not, they didn't say Sebastian because they didn't know his name. They said the person that was last with the said person or seen them is the #1 prime suspect. So in this case, we know who supposedly was the last person to be seen with Sebastian, and that was Katie. And Katie has told it herself. And
so she's trying to claim that somehow Chris was involved, but now she has to admit that Katie was the one that was last with Sebastian. Okay.
Boxed herself in, very much so. Very much so. Katie said the clothes she saw him in is what he went to bed in. Well, like I said, she then went on to say, and I had to assume.
Pay close attention to this, moms and dads.
After that, that's what he went to bed in. And that's why I wanted to ask Seth then, what did he have on that day? Because she said,
Mobs, yeah.
When she was giving her description, that she took a bath. I've yet to hear where Sebastian has had a bath. I've yet to hear that he's had a shower. I've yet to hear that. And do y'all know how many questions I've got about that? I cannot personally see as clean as Katie and Chris and military staff and all the bullshit in their house. I cannot keep running this through my mind that they had one last fun day.
They didn't know it was their last day, obviously.
One last outing. It ended up being the last outing, whether it was meant to be or not. I cannot fathom in my mind. Think about this, because I say things others won't, so I'm going to say it. I can't fathom taking your child, especially a boy, out here, stopping here, using public restrooms. You know, maybe I'm the one that's OCD. I don't know. All the bullshit, right? I can't see that. Not taking him home and adding a shower before he goes to bed.
He's 15. He's 15 years old. He's 15. He was out in public, running around, having a great day with his family, okay? It is not uncommon for a child to not shower at night and perhaps shower the next day. They can wash up for bed. Am I losing my fucking mind here? So the fact that Katie didn't say that Sebastian took, I fucking can't.
Putting him in my $600,000 home in nice, clean, I'm sure, pristine sheets, bedroom that Chris says he goes in and throws in his damn toys, if they're not picked up and to his liking, because why? Because it's a boot camp there. I don't know.
It's a boot camp because they live in a $600,000 home. It's obviously nice and neat and tidy. And he didn't get a shower after being out during the day for a 15-year-old boy. My God, has she ever been in a classroom with a bunch of teenagers before?
But I can't see them letting him or allowing him to go to bed and bring in germs is my appointment. I understand that. He is a kid, but I cannot see, and he's supposed to go to school the next day, them allowing him. Why didn't they say go take a bath? Or she go say take a bath? Because when you don't do that, I'm sorry, I don't want anybody to be offended. One, you just don't sleep in your clothes. Two, you just don't do that without taking a bath. Unless you have bad hygiene, you just don't do that. One, you would want.
He could have showered in the morning. He could have showered before they went out that day and showered the next morning before school.
A kid going to school getting made fun of any more than they already are or have to possibly. Two, you don't want to take a chance on being all over Nashville, Hendersonville, or wherever in the hell you was and bringing home some kind of scummy ass bed bug, a flea, or whatever, and going and getting in that precious bed, right?
Do you know how many people just wash up? They shower every other day and wash up in the day between.
No, I don't see it.
This is a reach.
But don't worry, Katie. Don't bother to add no shower now or no bath now in the timeline. Olivia done asked you what y'all did that day.
Oh my God, fucking Olivia.
And the more that you keep adding.
Fuck Olivia too, that dumb little bitch.
And with the book, and you keep adding this, and you keep adding that. If you add a shower now, it's really going to make you look stupid as hell. Okay? Just saying. Now, regardless of if he got home or not, in my opinion, y'all. Yeah, right. Look at this. Look right here. Oh, hold on, where'd it go?
Take me out.
Shoot.
Yep.
Chris Farley.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna let Kyle give you guys a laugh right quick because everyone needs it because we're all feeling the same way. All right, here. Inappropriate timing, but this bitch is crazy anyways. Who does she look like?
Chris Farley.
All right. Kyle always comes in. He always watches when he's downstairs, and then he comes in and says some bullshit. Okay, back to the fucking shit show.
And I can attest to that. It is. And especially, y'all are forgetting, it ain't like he didn't like water, so he didn't have a problem with, I don't like it, it don't feel good to my skin. You know, some, it does hurt their skin. I will give you that.
Okay, now here's another thing that's just going to drive me nuts. She is taking the fact that the kid likes to swim in a swimming pool and that they've talked about how he loves swimming and trying to correlate that to a shower with shower falling on you. So she's trying to assume instantly that he doesn't have a problem with showers because he likes to swim in a swimming pool. Totally different situation, totally different sensory things, totally different all the way around. But in her head, it's got to be the same. Fuck this bitch.
I will give you that. But everybody we've heard say he likes water. There's no reason why he wouldn't enjoy that. So that's that. I just can't see them allowing him to, go to bed.
So he likes swimming pools because, swimming pools, for those of you that don't know, there's like a pressure in water and it gives you a weightless feeling. There's a really soothing thing for a lot of kids with sensory issues in pools versus a shower that's water beads dripping down, sometimes hard on your skin. That sometimes even the noise of a shower bothers kids with sensory issues. The correlation here doesn't fucking work, you nutty bitch.
Night, Mom, love you. Night, puppies, love you. Oh, and let me show you something while I'm on a roll. Let me just show you this. La da 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 da. I want to show you something.
God, she's happy about this. She was giddy.
Now, I'm going to show you this. Mom said she was on the phone with Chris for 3 hours, right? Mom says she was falling asleep and she said he told her to wake up. She goes and puts the puppies up or whatever and all the things because the puppies sleep in a different room. So y'all, yada, 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 yada. Right? Right. Now, you see the picture with the snake?
Oh.
What is that behind, Sebastian?
Does anybody in my comment section have any idea when this picture was taken or where it's from? If you do, please let me know in the comment section because she's about to spin a whole fucking entire narrative over this one photo that's obviously an older photo and listen to the bitch and what she's going to spin here. Sorry again. I am so bothered by this. I can't even explain to you guys. So I appreciate you venting away with me in the comment section. Feel free. Don't have to sit on your hands. Say whatever you want.
It's a puppy pee pad and it's also a dog bed. But if you look on this side,
here we go.
It's the dog cage.
Oh,
where's my thing? It's the dog cage.
Didn't they get rid of the snakes in 2023? Sometime around there, if I'm correct on dates.
So what's that else behind him? The kitchen table? So lies, lies, the devil lies. I mean, come on now, people. The hell you lying about? Everything's a damn lie. I don't like it. Why lie? They think we ain't be looking in the background. This is what we do. This is what we do. This is what we do.
Exploit cases, exploit children, exploit tragedies, degrade families, defame families, slander families, cause them never-ending pain and suffering, because no matter whatever happens, if Sebastian is found, no matter what the case is, this is what they're going to have to live with for the rest of their lives. You can just move on to the next case and exploit the next one because you're a sick, fucking demented C word. I won't say it.
If you're lying, the ones that care where this boy is, how he got gone, we're going to find it. The ones that don't and want to rag on us and blah, 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 then, well, that's their problem. Consider the source. I don't know. It did, or maybe they have the same one, same type. I don't know. Yeah, it's possible, but they had the bed also beside that, Bob. It's not normal to have it. Excuse me, I'm sorry. It's normal to have the pee pads down, but what I'm talking about is she said they also were put up in other rooms. Okay, so I can understand if the bed was laying there where they could just go lay in the daytime and lay on the bed.
So she's talking about when Katie was talking about the night he went missing, the routine before bed, she had to put the dogs up into a different room. Then she takes a picture from at least 2023 that we know is an older photo when the dogs were in the kennels there in a pee pad, and she assumes that it's in the kitchen. And she's like, wait a second, this isn't what she's saying. She's lying. Even though there's like a year gap in time and those dog kennels could have been moved to a certain other room, all sorts of different shit could have gone on. But Detective Slimy is on the case here. Don't worry, everybody. She's got it all fucking figured out.
Or whatever. But the crate, did you see the cage is also there on the other side with the water bowl and everything in it in the kitchen. That's what I'm talking about. Lies, lies, the devil will lie. Yeah, it will be proven to be lies. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. So that happened. And the bed, it's just all bullshit to me. I don't care what nobody says, it's all bullshit. When you tell the truth, you don't have to add lies. You just don't have to add lies. You don't have to add them. Let's listen to this.
There's no lie there. You're taking a fucking old photo and trying to correlate it to a completely different time and place. Jesus Christ. I hope to God none of these fucking clowns who are supporting this ever have a child that goes missing. And if you think this is bad on YouTube, go to TikTok where they're doing the same shit on the same cases, the same shit to the same cases. But they are even more arrogant over there because TikTok lives don't save. So they just disappear. They can spew any nonsense, any garbage, and it is vile and foul. I was watching some Tammy chick today and I was just mouth gaped open because they don't have any care. They just say anything. That's why BHB has been hanging out over there. Thank you, T.
That's a question I had, and I have, sometimes, especially when you have a child who is, has special needs and stuff. That's
okay, I'm going to slow this down just for a second because she's got this sped up.
New Mexico, Tennessee.
And so, and did that include with Sebastian?
Tennessee was Sebastian, yes. Okay. In fact, Sebastian here, like I said, I got nothing to hide. So Sebastian went to school one day because we were at the house, he got totally didn't have a belt on. I was like, where's the belt? And got it. Whack, got it. So he goes to school, he tells the teacher. They're mandatory reporters, so the teacher reports it. That afternoon, CPS shows up to the house while we're actually sitting down to eat dinner. Now, mind you, 15-year-old child, he's not real happy because he's in trouble, so he's being punished. So he shows, he writes a report, they come to the house, and the lady who comes to the house is the same lady who had, she's had a case before. Now,
here's ICU pushing off more misinformation, trying to spin a narrative right here.
The case that was before was something that didn't even happen, and it's like 3 stories that shoved into one. When they finally got it debunked, they were like, "Oh, he got so mixed up in telling one story, it mixed into 3 and it caused a commotion." Well, they canceled that out. So the one on me, she shows up, and I said, "Hey, how you doing? It's her again." She's like, "Oh, hey." She's like, "Hey, I'm already no." She's like, "Don't tell me anything, but I'm gonna tell you what I know happened." And I said, "Okay." She goes, "Blah, blah, blah." She told me exactly what happened. I said, "Yes, ma'am." She goes, "Oh my God." I said, "Yes, ma'am. This is how it's been." Sebastian thought by telling on me, making it sound like I was so horrible, I was going to get in trouble over something stupid. I was like, "No, Sebastian, you got punished. You got punished." And he was like, "What? And I was like, "You got punished." Sebastian got in trouble. He got caught.
Now this is Nancy Grace.
And I asked him, I said, "Hey, you got to have a punishment for this."
Nobody has to agree with his parenting styles. Nobody has to. Nobody has to like it. We don't all parent the same way. I don't agree with the parenting style at all. Doesn't equate to the fact that they did something to Sebastian. We don't have factual information to even make that jump.
Yes, sir. I said, "Okay." So I gave him a swat with a belt on his buttocks on the outside of his clothes, one swat.
What did he lie about?
Honestly, I don't remember at the time, but it was probably something dealing with school because that's the majority where his issues lie.
Did he have other issues at school?
Some behavioral stuff, but nothing too crazy.
What kind of behavioral stuff?
He has a hard time, obviously, awkwardly socially blending in with students. So it's a little. He's trying to figure out how to do it, but respecting people's space. He gets a little too close. And then kids don't really accept that too much, so it kind of causes an issue. But he'll not stop, and he continues on. So then it causes an issue, and instead of being honest about it, he'll lie. Like, no, I didn't. Okay, Sebastian.
We're lying about you. Was that the first time? Was that the first time you had ever hit him with a belt?
Yes, ma'am. The one and only time, actually.
When was this?
Years ago, ma'am.
Any idea how many?
Look at that smile. Look at how much joy she's getting off of this. There is a freaking 15-year-old child. Sorry, I shouldn't have said freaking in front of this. There is a 15-year-old boy who is missing, who is on the spectrum. He's been missing for a month now. And they get joy out of this.
3, 10, 1.
It probably at least 3 years ago.
I don't understand how that turned into a CPS or Child Protective Services complaint. How were they alerted that you hit him with a belt?
That did not turn into a CPS service call.
There were other CPS reports, right? Were they regarding your other child?
There's one in regards to my daughter that I know of out in New Mexico with my ex-wife and myself.
The ex-wife that they're all interviewing now to try and say, again, not taking away from her story, her truth, that's hers. Time and place is a little interesting. The fact that she's coming to social media to me is just a whole lot of muddy in the waters and trying to paint a narrative that because Chris and her have problems and they've been in this ongoing custody battle, that he's responsible somehow for the disappearance of Sebastian. Again, it's all the same fucking bullshit, wash, rinse, repeat. And if this doesn't bother you, please fucking leave my chat because this is some sick, deranged shit. To watch her sit here and enjoy this. This is disgusting. And if you have a child with special needs, I hope this fucking never happens to your family. And I hope to God, if it ever does, social media doesn't get a hold of it because for the parents like me who have special needs kids, this is our worst fucking nightmare for our kids to go missing. Because they have a hard time communicating. Teens have a hard time as is, let alone special needs children. This fucking bitch is relishing in this family's pain. And if that doesn't hit you hard and you realize what these people are doing to these families time and time again, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you.
I mean, seriously? Seriously?
Look at her.
And it broke my heart when Seth said they did not even contact him. All right, let's see if I can find that one. Hold on.
Look at her. Just loving this.
I don't know if this one's it or not, but let's listen to this one. This is when they met with TBI. No, that's not it. Hold on a minute.
Oh, Nicole, that's right. I forgot she said that yesterday. See, I don't know her much. I just started watching her and I'm really fucking regretting that I did. I forgot about that. But yeah, you're right. She brought that up in the interview with Chris and those guys. And she was trying to say, you know, how she felt so sorry for them when she was talking to Chris. This fucking evil bitch. All of them. Go. You can go. I'm good. Go. Go see it.
No, that's it or not.
Hi, buddy. This is just callous. Fucking callous.
And he raised his eyes. That was his look. I caught it. He was sitting there. He's like, you have to go back and see it. I was like, he knows. I love this guy. He knows. Okay, so we're going to play a little bit of Dolly's.
I ain't listening to that fucking little sawed-off dweeb. Sorry. I have nothing left in me that's...
He would be sitting there playing video games.
If you want to watch that with Seth, that's over there, but...
You can get lost.
I think
you can
get out there.
I don't know, because how would he have got out of the house,
you know,
that night?
Or at this point, he has to have some type of assistance.
These people are bound, determined to put out the narrative that they harmed this child and removed him from the house.
I don't know, unless his mother Katie.
Where would he get food at?
Help get him there.
He would need...
There's, you know, could it be a possibility? Anything's possible. Is it probable? I don't know. But I hope to goodness they've checked all of those and they continue to check. Yes, Seth, I like him. He's a very positive person. And he has to be. He wants his son found. And he don't want no hard feelings with anybody. And he wants his son found. He wants his son found.
No shit, Sherlock. No shit.
I'm going to skip on through this a little bit, and then because y'all can go watch this at Dolly's, drop the link again. Again, I don't want to watch the whole video because y'all can watch it at Dolly's. I'm going to go towards the end a little bit. I just want
to... Everything seems good. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
We don't need to hear that.
Up there where they were at. You have to have shoes on.
I don't know. Like, but then again, if I lived in a house that cost $688,000, I damn well have a fucking security system on it too.
Yeah, and I mean, most of them houses out there or up there in that range, they start at $500,000. They're living a lot better than me.
Oh my God.
Now I've heard you say this.
I'm done.
I think the media manager is trying to manage Chris and Katie.
Like, how does he know he's
giving them worse advice? Not Sebastian.
Or they just missing a flashlight.
I'm ending it here. Sorry, guys. I can't take any more of this. I can't watch her laugh and be giddy over this. I just can't. Like, this is so disgusting. This is supposed to be about Sebastian. They have completely lost the plot. Again, if you don't know what's going on, go check out Trev Time. I encourage you to. Go listen to the bullshit. Go look at the fucking comment section. Go look at the death threats. Go look at all the slander and the defamation. And you tell me, again, it's about Sebastian because they've lost the plot. Completely lost the plot. Again, her truth can be her truth. Her issues with Chris can be her issues. That doesn't mean that he did anything to harm Sebastian. And trying to... Sorry, guys. We will continue to stand on the side of the parents and innocent until proven guilty, until factual evidence comes out. These victims and their families do not deserve this shit. This is so far overboard. This is beyond ridiculous. The ex-wife has been in a custody battle with Chris for 7 years. We all know how that shit can go. I'm not saying what she's saying isn't truthful or anything like that, but the timing of all of that is suspect. Go to law enforcement. Deal with that. I'm sure this isn't going to help her custody case either. And I'm going to ask you guys again, if you're paying attention to this, if you're watching this, if you see threats in the comment section, screenshot them. It's about time that we help a family sue the ever-loving shit out of one of these groups. Because if law enforcement and laws aren't going to change because somebody's going to get hurt. They're talking about flying down there and showing up to Chris and doing all this shit to Chris because of the narrative that they're trying to push off. I encourage you, if you have time, screen record this shit. Download the videos. It's time that we rally around these families in their time of need, and we help these families fucking sue the pants out of these people and put them out of business, because this isn't a job to exploit these tragedies like this. This is never going to be a job. And we've got to make sure that something changes. I don't know the answers. I have no fucking clue. I sit here and beat my head against the wall half the time with this. This is just beyond. This is beyond. JLR's running the show. Fucking the stupid Spanky and the lab, throw a Chris McDonough in there, you got the whole fucking Summer Wells community. I'm cheesy. I think he's smart enough to know what's going on. I hope so. I really hope he realizes what they're trying to do. I really hope that they realize that they're trying to get them to snap, that they're trying to get them to do something stupid and out of character. Granted, again, you can have your thoughts on him. He can be a shitty husband. He can be a terrible cheater. He could be all of those things. It still doesn't equate that he's responsible for Sebastian being missing. And God damn it, this was never about Sebastian for them. Dawn, I hope you're not talking to me because I never covered the Summer case and I have not the slightest, and I didn't make accusations there besides they're all fucking tragedy pimps and have exploited that. So I'm assuming, oh yeah, you're definitely talking to Slimy. Okay. I was like, not me, because I don't know shit about that case. Well, I know enough to know to stay the fuck away from it. I don't know what else we can do. These families don't deserve this, y'all. They don't at all. Like, my heart just breaks for these kids because no matter what, even if one of the parents was involved in something nefarious that happened, doesn't mean all the other ones knew. It doesn't mean, like, this is what they have to live with for the rest of their lives. This isn't like they get to just shut it off. This is what they have to deal with. Admissions of belting a child is harming a child. I find supporting parents who are accepting of physical punishment towards disadvantaged or vulnerable youth a travesty within this stressful case. I don't think you have to support that Zoots in and Boots to understand that just because he doesn't have a great parenting style. Again, I don't agree with this parenting style. To me, it's a control-based, it's something I would never do. But at the same time, it doesn't equate to him harming his child and making, and I guess I shouldn't say his child, his stepchild, and making him disappear. And again, CPS was involved and didn't ever remove the child. So then again, he says one pop with a belt. Again, don't agree with it. I don't agree with it, but I will not condemn this family or say that they fucking harmed Sebastian or made him disappear because of one incident that happened. Yeah, I fucking give up. Some of you people are just fucking heartless pieces of shit. And I'm not saying you Zoots and Boots. I just can't, with that logic, though, I can't understand the jump that people can make. I just can't. Fuck yeah, twin thing. Fuck yeah. Yeah. He could be a fucking abusive prick. Doesn't mean he's... Yeah, absolutely. No, you're okay, Zoots and Boots. You're okay. I can't. That rationale just encourages them to continue to do this. Yeah. Yeah, Scotty Skulls. Absolutely agree. I don't have the answers. I don't know. I really don't know. I really wish I had an answer. I think it's going to take, I honestly think, in my opinion, it's going to take a family slapping some of these creators with lawsuits, law enforcement charging people for interfering with active investigations. I really think, I don't know how we get to that point, though. I don't know how. So in the meantime, I'm just collecting information, all the threats that the family has made or that's made towards the families, the different members. And we're going to continue to call it out and be dumbfounded over this shit. Absolutely, Peg. I got the shit kicked out of me with belts and all sorts of shit. Doesn't mean that I didn't go missing, obviously. No, Gavel Geeks, I saw people driving around filming. I saw a spirit box. I saw an ex-wife. I saw a bunch of other bullshit today. That's all I saw. Yeah, Queen of Kings, I haven't found any factual information about that. I know that I saw something about they were waiting for meetings, but I've not seen anything on that yet. Oh, gosh, Dawn, I'm sorry. Thank you, T, for putting that in here. Yeah, she's trashing. Yeah, it's not helping at all. It's really, Tracy, that's so true. Yeah, their intent is to get the parents to screw up and say something that they don't like so they can continue to drag them. Look at it's, and these people have a more palatable for many people lifestyle than the Wells did, but now they're using that whole thing of them living in a nice house that Sebastian had to be a cash cow. I'm sorry, but once you make over X amount, you don't even qualify for SSI. So even if he's got disabilities, there, how would that be? Like, I can't even understand the logic here. These people have lost all common sense. Y'all, Nana's not drunk. I am starting to question the TBI. The TBI seems to really not give a shit about a lot of shit that happens on. Yeah, Queen of Kings, the spirit box is absolutely disgusting. Laura Lee, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good possibility, the one that I've sat with a long time. And what fear to him, I hope he's still alive. I've said this over and over again in every stream that I've done about this. I keep thinking to the Alyssa Navarro, like they keep talking about how he really wanted friends, wanted acceptance, wanted to fit in. I hope that he's found alive. I don't know. Ringo, absolutely. And you didn't go missing, did you? Obviously not. Yeah, Carrie, absolutely. That's what they're trying to do. These people are just crazy. They're just absolutely crazy. But their viewers are so, they love this, Scott. They love this. Cheesy, a lot of them are crossing the line, though. This is inciting a whole new thing. This isn't quite, you have freedom of speech, but that ends when it starts impacting somebody else's rights. And this is creating a fucking dangerous situation for the family members. I don't know. That's why I see it. Yeah, Layla, that's a good one. Dolly fell asleep at the, yes, there's grandparents involved. They've deemed that they're obviously guilty. Chris's parents are helping him cover this up. That's what was said earlier. Filed, thank you so much. Yeah, they would have a hell of a time in our neighborhood. Yeah, Rhiannon, that's very true. Yeah, spirit, that fucking spirit box shit pisses me off. Yep. Tracy, I literally, and I'm sure you're even worse because you've been around a lot longer and know a lot of these people a lot better than I do, but it is honestly like living a nightmare again. I cannot, and it's the same fucking people. It's the same people doing the same shit. It's astounding to me. Yeah, Beth, I can't either. Yeah, they're all taking up for JLR. They're all singing JLR's praises like he is some fucking hero. Yeah, Kiko, yep. He, by the way, he. Burden, abso-fucking-lutely. And you guys, go look at TikTok. TikTok is way worse. Go watch some of those live streams. Betty's been hanging out on TikTok because she can say things because the lives don't save. They have to record them and then upload them to like YouTube or whatever. That's the only way they can do it. But what they say on TikTok is 10 times more out of sorts than even over here because the lives don't save. Oh, Gavel Geeks. Chris wasn't accused of necessarily harming her, to my understanding. He was accused of her harming her children, popping one in the mouth, I think, and busting somebody in the mouth. And there was so much. I had to turn it off after a while. I was just sickened. Nope, generally, Jenny, nope. But he was really trained today. Yeah, Band-Aid, that's very true. They do need a villain. I agree with you guys. This is unlocking a whole bunch more people that I didn't even know existed. The numbers and viewers and supporters, this is crazy. Only indicate this. Yes, chapped, absolutely. Sorry, you guys, I'm trying to. Oh, Duchess is going live. Okay, I'm getting out of here. Duchess is going live, y'all. I forgot. That's right. Thank you, Revival. Y'all go support Duchess. In my opinion, Duchess has done the most respectful coverage, and at least somebody is like highlighting. Tracy, your posts have been spot on too. I've been following them. I appreciate everything you've been saying about this because it's been so much of how I felt. Unsupervised Maniacs has been really doing it. Great posts too, continuing on this. I'm sure there's a lot more in here. Yes, Little Irish Girl. I gotcha. This is Deet's video on JLR. I think this is the one I dropped. It should be. And I will meet you guys over there. Over at Duchess, I will be listening in the bushes. Thank you all. Yeah, Tracy, yep. Absolutely. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to try to do one more live tonight. If I don't get it in tonight, I will do it tomorrow because I need to update you guys and remind you guys of some stuff with the victims that their voices need elevated and heard. We need to do that too. This is just, my brain's all over the place right now. This case is really hitting me for some reason. Like, this is really bothering me. Oh, Gavel Geeks, thank you so much. Thank you, Jenna Rue. Okay, y'all. I'm getting to the bottom. Okay. Oh, here, let me put it in again. Duchess channel. I think the girls have been dropping it, but let me make sure. Oh, T got Deets. Hold on, Duchess. Why can't I spell? She's live right now. Okay. Send y'all over there. She is live right now. Sorry, it took me a minute. Oh, you guys got it. Okay. Did I put the wrong one? Oh, I dropped her live video. Okay. All right. Thank you guys. I will either see you later tonight, probably tomorrow at the rate I'm going. But go join Duchess, please. She's done great. I will see you guys later. Thank you for letting me vent, and thank you for being here. Have a good night, y'all.